So good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's health seminar. As usual, every Sunday we meet and we discuss matters health. And it is truly that we believe that the adage that says your health is your greatest wealth. And today we have a very, very special speaker who is going to talk to us about matters health. And this is a lady who has been some time. She'll tell us how long she's been with us. But she's definitely an expert in the field of health, nutrition, and as far as our products go. And they make a very dynamic duo with the husband. I think they are members of the SAB, both of them. And today we are absolutely privileged to have them on board sharing. I know the husband will be there spiritually. He's on the way coming. But the lady is there, and I'm sure she'll do a very able job, as she has done so many times in the past. And that is none other than Maviti, who is going to take us through a session on bone and health care and bone and health. And this is an area that is affecting so many people, many silently. But today we are going to demystify it and see how can we maintain a healthy body, healthy bone framework, and of course, live a longer, healthier life. So without further ado, Anne Maviti, you are ready?
Yes, I am, Fred.
Karibu.
Asante sana. So thank you so much, Fred, for that intro. And I'm privileged to be speaking to you today. So welcome our guests and our members of Neolife. So welcome to our today's session where we're going to talk about bone and joint health. And to start with, my name is Anna Maviti, and I'm a mother, I'm a wife, and I went to school like any one of you, and I did electronics engineering. So that is what I practice on a full-time basis. But I'm working with Neolife on a part-time basis in partnership with my husband, Philip. We've been in the company for more than 10 years, and we have enjoyed a lot of benefits from Neolife. So as we speak about bone and joint health today, I'll introduce you to my family. That is me, my husband, Philip, behind me, and our two sons, Mike and Pius. Mike is 24, completing campus this semester. Pius is going class 8, and we are happy. And we live in Mombasa, and it's our joy to welcome you to this Neolife company. And Neolife is a company which started way back in 1958 through a young man at that time who was 19 years old, called Jerry Brasfield. And the reason why he started the company was because he had health challenges. And he thought, because he got help from food supplements, he thought it wise to make a difference in other people's lives in the world. And that is where we are today. That is why we are here today. Neolife, it has been there for over 63 years, and it is in over 55 markets in the world. Those are countries. And what they measure in is health and nutrition and other areas in our lives which affect us in one way or another. So as we start today, I would like to talk to you about our health. And the key components to a good health, we are taught by doctors. It is eating healthy, exercising regularly, taking a lot of water, reduce stress in your life, and live a happy, healthy life. Long, healthy, happy life. But if you look at our lives, sometimes we don't take enough water. This water has a lot of meaning to our lives. It helps in removing toxins, regulating temperature, pressures. Our brain and blood composes of the biggest percentage of water. It helps in our strong bones and your joints. So as we talk about joints and bones, water is one essential component to that, to the health of our bones. And as we talk about Neolife, we have a scientific advisory board, the people who sit and do a lot of research throughout the year tirelessly. And this board of scientists, which is called the Scientific Advisory Board, was headed by and started by Dr. Ada Fast. This is a toxicologist who is well renowned in the industry of cancer treatment. Actually, is the founder of chemotherapy. So when you talk about the Scientific Advisory Board, we are talking about such scientific minds behind all what you're going to talk about nutrition, about your health, how you can take care of yourself. So when we tell you we have people behind your health, you can trust what you're telling you. So these doctors sit throughout the year to do a lot of research about your health and how you can live that long, healthy life. And they're telling us, if you want to live a healthy, long life, one thing you must do is be physically active and manage your weight, which is mandatory. During our days when we were going to school, that is primary school, those many years back, we used to walk up to 5-10 kilometers to school. But if you look at the lives our kids are living today, 2 kilometers is too long for them to walk. Even as parents who grew up in a different environment, we don't allow our kids to walk to school. So they are not doing any physical activity. And that's why you find in our homestead, in 1 out of 3 homesteads, you find there's an obese kid. And then they're telling us, that is called you can see on my left, it's called the health food pyramid or lifestyle pyramid. And the second thing you're supposed to do in plenty is take a lot of whole grains. The next one is supposed to be fruits and vegetables, and then you reduce your protein intake. I mean, the red meat, the beef. Reduce the red meat and increase your plant-based protein and white meat. And then the last bit of your meal, which should be minimal, is the fats and sugars. On the fruits and vegetables, you're supposed to take at least between 4 and 14 in a day. But if you look at us, we don't take whole meal foods. We are not exercising. Fruits and vegetable is something not in our diets. Mostly when we are taking fruits, either you are sick or you are a sick person in your home, or you have a small baby or an aged person. If you find somebody who is buying fruits every day in our culture, that is, either there is a small baby, there is a sick person, an elderly, or something like that. It's not very normal for people to buy fruits every day. And then protein intake, we can afford mostly the bad protein. The red meat, which has a lot of cholesterol, it has a lot of uric acid, and it damages our organs. And then fats and sugars, it's our typical diet of the day. Fats and sugars, I mean, our body does not recognize the rice, the white rice, the white wheat, the white maize flour we eat. It only converts that into glucose, which is sugar. And the body will take whatever it requires for energy. The rest is converted into fats and stored. So when you're taking a lot of carbohydrates, remember, it's converted into sugar and stored in your body. So we are eating the wrong way. And that is why, if you look at our lifespan, it has reduced from the expected 80 to around 50, 60 years. Before our times, our grandfathers and mothers used to live up to 100 years, and they were very strong and healthy. But our times have changed. So Neolife have come up with a solution to this problem we are facing with a product called ProVitality. And ProVitality will give you 4 products in one. The first one, I want to talk a bit about the first one, which is TNN. This is grain oils, and the work of grain oils is to get into your body. It cleans the cells so that when you eat your food, it will penetrate into the cell through the membrane, which is cleaned on my right, and the waste will be able to get out of the body easily. But if you're not getting the grain oils, your cells will look like the one on my left. Your body is made up of over 70 trillion cells, and these cells must be fed, they must be protected, and must be renewed as is required for you to live a healthy life. But because we are not taking enough grain oils, we are getting sick, tired, and unhealthy cells. And if our cells are unhealthy, we are also feeling unwell. So Neolife came up with this product called TNN, which is made from wheat, rice, and soya. It cleans your cells, you feel lighter, you feel energetic, and you feel very positive when you take TNN. When you take your food, your medication, it can get into your cell. It is properly utilized without wastage, and the waste you get out of your body. So you will not be carrying excess waste, which is very dangerous and poisonous for your body. They have come up with TNN. There's also a carotenoid complex in the TNN. We have carotenoid is for immunity. It builds your immunity by that 7% in days. And then we have omega-3, which I'll talk about later, which is very good for brain development, very good for pregnant mothers, so that their kids which are in their wombs can develop the eyesight, the brain, and the rest. And then we have the multivitamin and mineral, which you need in a day. So ProVitality gives you all the nutrients you need in a day. And Neolife has provided that through the package, the sachet in ProVitality. So you take one sachet in a day and you're good to go. You eat your food, take ProVitality, you have the energy and all the vitamins and minerals you need in that day. So as we talk about bone and joint health, I want us to look in details, a bit of details into 4 products. One is Magnesium, Salmon Oil Plus, CalMag, and Full Motion. And I would like to start with what causes joints to pain, because each one of us has gone through a phase in life where you have a painful joint, you have a heel, which is when you wake up in the morning, you try to step on the floor, you feel it's not very okay. You've had some pain somehow in your life. So what causes joint pain? The first one is the cartilage. In between your joints, there is a soft bone called cartilage. So if that cartilage breaks down, you feel a lot of pain. Loss of degeneration of bone or formation of such. So if you have bone degeneration, and degeneration occurs because you're not getting enough calcium from your diet, or scar issues, if you have an injury which you got hurt, and with time it still brings a lot of pain. Muscle imbalance resulting in wear and tear. Each one of us, in one way or another, you've had muscle pull, and that is caused by a lack of very essential minerals we are going to talk about today. Overweight and obesity. This is the thing now in our society. Overweight and obesity is one thing which we cannot control, because in our diets, there is a way, we have reached a level, we cannot control what our kids are eating. We have reached a point, our kids are not eating the right foods, and we are the ones who are feeding them. So overweight is part of our lives now. Obesity is kind of normal. So we have to look into things which affect us. If you want to know your right weight, the first thing you should know how to calculate your BMI, body mass index. And that is calculated in brief by checking your weight, take your weight, and then you divide by your height squared. Your weight in kilograms, divide by height in meters squared. If your BMI is 25 and above, it means you are overweight, you are obese, or you are even in a more dangerous zone. If you are below 25, it means you are normal weight. But if you go below 18.5, that means you are underweight. So you need to check your BMI to make sure you are not overburdening your bone structure, especially the lower part of the bone, which is the knee, the ankles, and the rest down there. So if you overburden them, of course, you will complain. You will complain of pain. When you walk for long, you're feeling a lot of pain, or you want to rest a bit. So we need to check our BMI. What are the most common joint disorders? One is osteoarthritis. This arises when the cartilage between the two joints is worn out. We've seen that, and we have known it to be in the old age, in mostly our old grandmothers and fathers. But in our current society, it's not only found in our old aged people. It's also affecting the young generation. So this is caused by the bones in the joint to rub together because the cartilage is worn out, causing a lot of painful movements of the joint and swelling. The second one is rheumatoid arthritis. This is an autoimmune and inflammation disease that causes the body immune system to attack healthy cells mistakenly. And we have heard of people who have rheumatoid arthritis, and we have come to think they are the people who have money, people who eat a lot of meat every single day. But in our society, it's not the case. Osteoporosis is affecting each and every person. It reduces the bone mass. It also affects, it is the most common bone disease amongst ourselves. Actually, each family nowadays, there's somebody complaining about their joints. So when you have weak bones, that is osteoporosis, you find it's very easy to get fractures, almost mandatory. You almost get fractures every other day because the bones are very weak. So you need to take care of yourself. The third one is scoliosis. This is the abnormal curvature of the spine resulting in a SOC shape. We've seen people who have a curved back, that is the spine, and that is an abnormal kind of a disease. Then we have Paget's disease, where we have our bones which are bent on the knees. We have seen it in small kids. And we tend to think because we use Pampers for long, it makes the legs bent. But this is a disease, and it's a serious disease, and we can prevent all this or control it. So when we talk about our products which are associated with bone and joint health, the first product is chelated Calmag, which is amino acid chelated with calcium and magnesium and with vitamin D3. And what does calcium compose, Calmag compose? It has calcium, which is very good for development and the main component of bones and teeth. Then we have magnesium, which I'll talk about later. It helps keep your bones strong. And then we have vitamin D, which also promotes Calmag absorption in the body. And when you look at what our joint is made up of, it has zinc, we have boron, we have silica, glucosamine, and omega-3 fatty acids. These are the components which are mandatory for our joints. For you to have healthy joints, you must have these: the zinc, boron. The boron is found in our multi. Zinc, we have zinc in our multi, and you can buy the zinc on its own. We have silica there, we have glucosamine from our full motion, and omega-3 salmon oil plus. So the vitamin D, when it's low, it causes heart diseases, autoimmune disease, cancer, depression, apart from what we have seen good for prevention of osteoporosis. It's also very important for neuromuscular and immune function. It's also very effective than D2 vitamin. So it's more, our D3, it's more effective than exposing yourself to sun. We know as mothers, when we have small kids, we are advised every few minutes in the morning before the sun is too hot, take your kid out to help them absorb vitamin D from the sun. So what about the Calmag? It's very good mineral. Our Calmag is significantly increased, has increased absorption in our bodies. It is less irritating, so it has no irritation to our stomach, and then it is rapidly disintegrated or broken down and dissolved to be dispersed in the body. So this is a very unique calcium, which is amino acid coated. That means it cannot irritate your stomach. It's properly absorbed without wasted, and it is absorbed very well in your body. Then the second product is called omega-3 salmon oil plus. This is ultra pure concentrated salmon oil, which has all the 8 omegas your body requires in a day. And then it is clinically proven by the doctors we saw from the beginning, and it is guaranteed that it is going to be fully utilized by the body. Salmon is worth a try for your joints. It prevents inflammation, makes your joints to be flexible, very comfortable, healthy balance, and anti-inflammatory, as I said. So omega-3 is one essential product for your joints. It also helps in cardiovascular health. We have seen it is anti-inflammatory, brain and CNS function, behavioral. That means neuro signals in your body, very good for immunity, eye health and vision, maintaining flexible joints and cognitive health for you. The next one is called full motion. And full motion, Neolife full motion is natural, from natural sources. It has high quality source of purified glucosamine. We saw the glucosamine is very important for our joints, and it provides 1,500 mg of glucosamine. It is pharmaceutically pure and biologically functional. It has been well researched by our doctors, and they have confirmed to us, when you use full motion, in your motions, in your movements, you get a lot of comfort, very flexible, and easily moving from place to place. It's herbal complex, which is fast acting. So with a lot of science there, with the words which are written there, the terminologies, but it's very fast acting. When you take full motion, within a few days, you'll get the results. It's a degenerative mineral, so you need to replace every other time. As we age, you realize your level of these minerals go down, so you must supplement. So full motion is one product everyone needs. It contains the glucosamine. It slows down the breakdown of cartilage, the soft bone between your joints. It slows down the breakdown, and it helps build and repair the broken down cartilage. So when you start using the full motion, within a short while, you'll feel some difference. The pains you are experiencing, you realize they are minimizing with time. So it reduces the pain and the symptoms of osteoarthritis. It's quickly and efficiently absorbed by the body. So when you take it, you'll feel very comfortable doing your exercise or movement, very flexible, and then you'll be easily moving from one place to another. The last product I'd like to talk about is magnesium. And this is one of our new products in our Kenyan market. And this product is very unique because it is used for so many things in our bodies. Magnesium has more than 700 functions in our body. So it is used for neurological functions in our body. That means it helps in nerve impulse transmission. The nerves, where we need nerves, magnesium is required. It's also good for muscular function. It helps in movement of our muscles. That is magnesium. And we have grown to know, or we have lived to know, the only product we need for our bones and muscles and joints is calcium. But magnesium is one of the most important minerals you need for neurological, for muscular, cardiovascular health. It helps in maintaining blood pressure and heart rhythm. We've seen people who have palpitations of the heart. So when you give them magnesium, you notice there are changes in the heart rhythm. So it's very good for people with high blood pressure or people with palpitations. That is. And then skeletal, that is the bone. It helps in the bone. And of course, magnesium is required for proper calcium absorption. And you find, apart from it helping in calcium absorption, it's also needed for these other functions, biochemical reactions in our body. So it's also very good for our immune system. It helps in protecting us, building our immunity. And then it's very, very excellent, very good for metabolic health. It will help your body in dealing with complex compounds in your food. Whatever is there, the chemicals in your body, magnesium helps in dealing with them, because we've seen there's over 700 biochemical reactions are all over your body. It's not only in your muscles and bones, in your digestive system, in your heart health, in your immune system. All those are chemical. In your neurological part, the nerve and the impulse system of your body, you need magnesium complex. And where do we get magnesium from? In our diet, from dark green leafy vegetables, our spinach, our kales, and the rest of the green vegetables, we get them from, we get magnesium from there. And then from nuts, we also get it from wheat grains, we get it from fish, that is seafood. We also get it from legumes like beans, the peas, and then we get it from fruits like the bananas and the avocados. But if you look at these foods, most of them, like the green vegetables, unless you grow them in your house, in your kitchen garden, you cannot be guaranteed that you'll get the right quality and quantity of what you're looking for. If you eat a lot of nuts, we know they contain a lot of cholesterol. So you must eat them in limited portions. The wheat we are getting on our tables, it is processed, most of it. We are not taking wholemeal wheat. You take too much of it, it has a lot of gluten, and you know the results, overweight and the rest of the things. The fish we are getting in Kenya nowadays, it's very cheap, but it has been imported from other countries, of which I am not very sure whether you'll be able to trust anyone bringing you fish from the sea, because you know how the fishing is done, how the fish is grown, and the rest. The legumes, you have to grow them, and bananas and fruits for you to get what you need. So what are the consequences of low magnesium in your body? Of course, you will get the heart rhythms. So that is the palpitation we talked about. You will get muscle cramps. One of the causes of lack of magnesium, the signs of lack of magnesium is muscle cramps. At one time or another, you notice if you are running for the first time, you've not had a run for quite a while, and then you run, there's a possibility that you're going to get muscle pull, muscle cramps. So that shows you are lacking magnesium in your diet. And then poor metabolic health. So you need to take a lot of magnesium for you to get all these. So, and it's not only in magnesium, even the other products you need to supplement. Why don't we get enough magnesium? Because the level of magnesium in the diet is decreasing. We have poor food choices. We have gone to refined foods. We have gone to eating the Western way. So we don't get the right foods. So our diet lack the right nutrition. And then bioavailability is declining. You notice the foods we are eating, they are grown very fast. I mean, they are GMO foods. So you find most of them lack the right, they are not given the time to mature for them to be able to absorb the nutrients you need in your body, because we don't manufacture these minerals. You must get them from your food. And because our foods are sourced, are grown by people who are commercially doing it, and they're doing it for business, you find they are using any way possible to get a lot of produce from the farm. And that means they are giving us food which has no nutritional value. So the foods we are eating is grown in greenhouses. They don't get enough sun. Of course, plants manufacture the minerals through the sun, magnesium specifically, and they don't get any sun to be able to manufacture these minerals. So we eat the leafy vegetables, but they have no nutritional value to us. And then our soils have been depleted. The levels of magnesium in our foods have gone down, and the soils have been depleted of the minerals we need. And the plants which are grown there, they have nothing to consume as the minerals. So when we grow the plants with depleted soils, of course, we have to use chemicals to be able to get them mature and grow fast for us to harvest. So we have a crisis there. If you look at this is what is happening commercially, spraying chemicals for the produce to mature fast and to be able to get it out of the shamba very fast. And then eating a lot of over-the-counter medication. This is depleting our bodies of very essential minerals and vitamins because of we are prescribing a lot of painkillers ourselves. without going to the doctor. So this affects our organs, it affects our bodies, it affects our performances. So Neolife has come up and they are saying you need your body to function to the maximum. So if you continue to deplete the essential minerals for the bone and joint, your body will be impaired, will become impaired. It will not function to the optimum. So Neolife, they have a solution, and the solution is magnesium for the bones, Salmon oil plus for the joints, Calmag for the same, and full motion. And that is what we give anybody with arthritis, anybody with rheumatism, anybody who is a sports person. With ProVitality and these products, you are good to go. And you can be able to do your chores every single day without complaining of your back, without complaining of your joints, without complaining you have weak teeth or you have teeth which are shaky. So thank you so much, Fred, for the time you've given me to present. I hope I've passed on some message to people who are on this call. So thank you. May God bless you.
Wow. Thank you so much. And you've really done a good job. You've really empowered us. We've learned a lot. And I know I speak for everybody on the call saying that we've actually gathered a lot about the health of our bodies and especially bone and joint health. Now, I must say that for those who don't know me, my name is Fred Gishuki. I joined this company of Neolife about more than 25 years ago, because I joined in 1996. And I joined because of money. I wanted to make money. But when I came in, the first thing I found was health. And that's the first thing I found. And my parents were suffering. My mom had high blood pressure. My dad had ulcers. They used the Neolife products and they felt better. Now, this gave me a lot of confidence about these products. But one thing that also had occurred to me when I was in secondary school, I developed some joint pains. I don't know where they came from. I was still very young, but I started developing joint pains. Now, I used to take a lot of soda. Every day I would take a bottle of soda. You know, kids, when you give them money, they're supposed to eat lunch. They end up eating junk food. So my favorite meal was soda, specifically Coca-Cola and scones and, you know, sweet things. And I don't know whether that is what affected my joints. I'm not too sure. But I started feeling a lot of pains and aches in my joints. And when I went to high school and I started now making trips to the doctor, to the neurologist, they would check me out, check whether I have arthritis. There was nothing being detected, but still the pain persisted. And when I got into Neolife, one of the things that I decided to do, because the doctors that I saw told me, you don't have a problem, you have no arthritis, you are okay, basically. There are no indications that you have any kind of problems. But the pain was still there. So when I got into Neolife, the first thing that I did was to try and sort it out, because I learned about calcium, magnesium, omega-3, and all these good products. And we were told that the first thing that you have to do is to use your own products before you even tell somebody about them. So I used myself as a guinea pig as well. Even as my parents were using the products, I also started using the bone and joint health products. And I cannot tell you when that challenge got finished. I cannot tell you when the pain disappeared. I just sat one day and I was like, hey, I used to feel pain. In fact, when I would squat, waking up was a problem because I would be in a lot of pain. But I found myself squatting, waking up, and doing things that I would never have done before. And I just realized, wow, these products actually sorted me out. And I remember one of the doctors that I saw very early in my life, when I started these joint aches, had told me that by the age of 30, I would be paralyzed or walking with a stick because of the arthritis. But I went beyond that age and nothing happened to me. So I can say the products work and they do magic as far as bones are concerned. Now, in the process of sharing these products, at one point, my auntie, I remember one time, my auntie had come to visit us. She's a lady who stays all the way in Nanyuki. And she has in her life, she's gotten 7 children, yeah? And the children are grown-ups. Right now, they're all working, some out of the country and that kind of thing. But at that time, she was having serious arthritis. She could not sit for long periods of time. She would have to stand up, massage her, do some bit of exercise, try to massage the pelvic region, just to get some circulation going. And staying up country by herself, it was tough for her because if she made a mistake and sat for long, waking up was so painful for her. Now, she had visited Nairobi and she could not climb a pavement, just a pavement. She couldn't lift her leg to climb a pavement. And I remember I met her one time at a country bus. And we were there. Her son was doing some business there, so she found me there. And she told me, Fred, I'm in a lot of pain, because she could sit for a while, then wake up and try to do some massage and to do some exercise. So I told her, okay, fine. I'm going to see some people in town, but since you're going to see your sister, who is my mom, just tell her to give you some supplements, which are up there. Just she can count for you a few tablets. Just take them. I know they will help you, and they will help you deal with the pain that you're feeling. So she dragged herself to our place and she met my mom. And my mom gave her Trianen, gave her omega-3, gave her Calmag. Those are the ones which were in the house. And she started taking them. Now, the interesting thing is that 2-3 days later, this lady called and she was so excited. The pains had disappeared. She was now flexible. She was bending over and doing her stuff and doing her things. And I was like, wow. I mean, I was so amazed because it didn't take, okay, ideally you'd expect that when you start on such a program, it takes a month, 2 months, 3 months, because she had had the condition for quite some time. But the pain disappeared so fast that I was amazed. But I told her the absence of pain does not mean that you are healed, because we have to build back the bone density to what it was. We have to build back the cartilage. We have to bring back the synovial fluid. So you need to actually consume these products. And as Dr. Fatma says, a minimum of 4 months and above, you need to consume the products so that now your body can recover, because we are repairing and rebuilding the body. And that takes a bit of time. And remember, this is food. So she took my advice and she actually consumed the products for quite some time. So later on, she added other things like vitamin B complex. She had gone to hospital. The doctor had recommended calcium and vitamin B. So she got vitamin B. Later, she got full motion. But suffice it to say that my auntie lives a very, very healthy life because of these products. And I can tell the guests who are on the call, bone health is something that is so critical, because if you're not taking care of your bone health, then you'll find a certain phenomenon that happens. As we grow older, we tend to become shorter. I don't know that you've realized that even your parents, well, they were taller than what they were today. But this is actually as a result mainly of deficiency of calcium. And you should not wait until you start developing this condition for you to start consuming these products. Because according to what scientists tell us, is that you need a minimum as a man. You need 1,000 mg of calcium every day as a man. Ladies need more, because ladies lose a lot of calcium because of their monthly cycle. They give birth to children. They suckle, those kids suckle. And all this takes calcium out of their bodies. So ladies need 1,500 mgs of calcium on a daily basis. So the fact that you're not feeling pain and aches in the body, it doesn't mean that everything is okay. Because if you're not getting 1,000 mgs of calcium minimum for a month, then just know that your bones are suffering. And with time, you'll start feeling the impact. So the best thing to do is get the calcium, magnesium, get the program, start taking it, even before you start feeling any kind of pain in your body. The Maasais are a good example. I did a session one time for them, and they were telling me Maasai men take about 6 or more liters of milk on a daily basis, which is mixed with herbs. The ladies take about 4 liters of milk. Now that is on a daily basis. Now that's the kind of calcium you're talking about. So for us here who are here on this call, I would encourage you, start taking care of your joints, start taking care of your health before it's too late. Get on the program as you're doing your monthly shopping of supplements. Because like we said earlier, and Dan told us very well, 1/3 of your diet should be supplements. I mean, if you want to live a longer, healthier life, and Anne Maviti has told us the way, we are lacking so much from the foods that you're getting, then you need to make a monthly investment of which supplements are you buying for yourself and your family. Because if you don't do that, then later you'll be forced to buy these products by the doctor when your body is already broken down. So rather than getting to that level, why don't you protect yourself in advance? It makes more sense. They say prevention is better than cure. Even a car, when it does 5,000 kilometers, you have to remove the oil, do some servicing, change a few things, change brake pads, do all these things to ensure the car is running smoothly. But when do you pour your own oil? When do you do your own servicing of your own body? And that is what you're saying, that protect yourself by using these products. Now, after using these products, remember I had joined to make money. I realized that I was making some money because as I was sharing these products with other people, they started buying from me. I started making some bit of profit. I introduced a few people. They became distributors. They started making money. I started getting excited about this business, and I started growing in the business. And I went on to become a director, earning over 30K, which was 3 times my pay. I went on a few years later, became a world team member. As a world team member, I started traveling the world and enjoying lifestyle. I remember going to South Africa, fully paid for by Neolife. I remember traveling with the likes of Anyanyong and Kiraitu. That to me was just awesome, And since then, I've been abroad more than 20 times. I've been to America twice. I've been to Mexico, Mauritius. And I always tell new people, Neolife is a total value opportunity. You don't just get health, but you also get money, and you also get to travel. Yeah. I remember the first check I got from Neolife was a check I got for 300 shillings, but the highest check I've gotten is a check of $13,000. So if you're here and you're a guest, I don't know what you're looking for. Is it the money? You are the right place. Is it health? You are the right place. Yeah. Is it to make a positive difference in people's lives? You are the right place. Today, what excites me is that I'm able to empower other people who are also living exceptional lives through this Neolife opportunity. So for the guests on the call, turn to the person who invited you. Ask him, how can you be able to become a part of this company? How can you start this journey to make a positive difference in people's lives? And they will show you how you can partner with Neolife, become a distributor, and join us in this journey to make a positive difference in people's lives. Others, it was great talking to you. Thank you so much, Anne, for your session. This recording will be available later in the evening, so you can ask the person who invited you for a copy of this recording so that you can share it with your friends and your relatives and your customers, so they can also get enlightened and get to know how to take care of their health. Thank you so much. God bless you. See you again next Sunday when we look at a different aspect of health. And next Sunday, by the way, we have a very special guest. We have Philip Maviti, who is coming to talk to us. And you'll really get to see this a dynamic couple I mean, they are so good with this business, so good with the products. And he will be discussing a different aspect of health and how you can also live a longer, healthier life. So thank you so much. God bless you all and have a restful Sunday evening.